I'm back. Apologies, my Wi-Fi completely died. And it wasn't just me, because my son came coming in going, I don't think you're going to be going live because the Wi-Fi is down. So it was down throughout the house, thankfully for just a moment. So I will give you a minute to hopefully realise that I am back and here. Give me a little hello in the comments if you found me again. Shaz is here. I'm back. Oh, the Wi-Fi had completely gone. So it had connected to, my Wi-Fi had connected to an extension or my phone, I think. So I wasn't even running off my Wi-Fi when I went live. And then the Wi-Fi completely went. And so my son came in and was like, Wi-Fi's down. So I just came right out, and I'm back on normal Wi-Fi. So I hope you are all well. If you're catching on the replay, you won't even realise that that had gone on because I've deleted the previous stream. So welcome to my weekly live. A little later than normal. It's 9 o'clock here in the UK. Louise says, oh, broadband's been in and out all afternoon. Apparently issues in the area. Okay, well, we'll keep our fingers and toes crossed that we manage to get through the next 40 minutes to an hour. So welcome, everyone. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. I was just saying before I got cut off that I had a Zinnia class this morning with my Card and a Cuppa members group. And so we've got a little bit more Zinnias this evening because I've still got them on my desk, and I've been busy in between this afternoon doing housey bits. But less chatter from me. We'll get crafting and hope that the Wi-Fi holds out and that we're not all blurry this evening. So let me just swap the camera over and we can start making something with these Zinnias. Here we go. Right. On my desk. Can we see? Hopefully. Okay, so the Zinnias, Hazel was on here before. Hopefully Hazel can re-find us. If you're here, Hazel, say hello. The Zinnias are an online exclusive. So if you're thinking, where have these come from? Or are these a new sneak peek? She's here. Wonderful. They're not a sneak peek from the new catalogue. They're available now and they're available online. So they're an online exclusive. You've got the stamp set and you have a set of dies. Mine are all over the place because I was using them earlier today, but you've got the outlines for those. And you have then these extra dies. So you've got the outlines for those ones. And then the extra dies which will make up the 3D flowers with the leaves and the like the veins of the leaf. So you've got that to put on and give it extra texture. You've got a long stem as well, which is great, and then the middles of those flowers. So you've got lots of die options with that. And then you've got the Zinnias themselves. So the papers that are with it are these bright, vibrant, but I'm going to steer away from these colours only because we were using them this morning. So these are all the Zinnia papers, which are lovely and bright. Lots of options with those. I will pop it up after this for you, Hazel. I will make sure I share, and I'll pop them in a I try and remember to put them in a newsletter as well. It'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Right. Oh, Wi-Fi issues, always a pain, aren't they? Always a pain. Great when it works. A little frustrating when it doesn't, but we're here now. So good evening, everyone. Let's get stamping. So a little bit of watercolour cardstock, and I'm going to use Stays On so that we can watercolour. Good evening, Karen. Hope you're doing all right. I'll do Stays On onto there. Maybe should we do 2? Let's do 2. Now, we talked this morning in my class about maybe some purples with these. So, but let's have a little think what colours we might like. I'm not worried about whether they're true to kind of zinnia colours. I want to go more. I know we watercoloured with Petunia and Berry Burst last week, but that kind of, or we could go blues. So we could do maybe, what about a mix of a new colour. So we've got Summer Splash, Petunia Pop and Bubble Bath, or we could go blue colours and we could go kind of boho blue, maybe Azure Afternoon could be nice. Let's do, that says boho. I wonder if we could put a blue with that as well. I wonder if we could have like, do that instead. What about, hey Rita, how are you? There, we could have boho blue, Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. Boho's not new, but we could go new in colour so you can see these. I don't have the ink refills because the ink refills are not on our pre-order as demonstrators, but what I can do is just tap the block and that picks up. So that is Summer Splash, which compared to Coastal Cabana, which I will do a little comparison for you. Coastal Cabana is a little lighter, I think. So just, can you see in the ink pad? I mean, that's not a great reference, the top of the ink pad, but that's Coastal Cabana and that's Summer Splash. So we're doing Summer Splash. And we'll take from the block and we'll just colour these. Because we're watercolouring, we don't need to do each, we don't need to worry about doing each petal at a time. We can kind of just add that on, that already. A little bit of the darker colour. So I'm down here crafting with you all, and Steve's upstairs putting a cabinet together in my son's bedroom. I put his desk, he was hanging curtains and I was putting his desk together. So I did put that together just while dinner was cooking. But I said, I'm going to come on and do my live. So my husband's carried on putting the furniture together. It's so good when it's all done. And when you're in that kind of, everything's everywhere around the house. I just want to put it away now. Right, let's get some more Summer Splash. Yeah, hopefully it's not all blurry for everyone now. Hopefully the picture is back to normal. Because I've used Stays On, the line won't run, the ink line won't run. If you use Memento, that's water based and the line will run. So you want to be either heat embossing when you're watercolouring or using something like Stays On that will stop the line from running. I've got a good picture. Great. Perfect. Okay, so that's our summer splash. So Petunia Pop is another new colour. And get that going onto here. Right. Get quite a light colour with that actually. Once you water that down, but I wanted to add some of that darker. Love that colour. So the new colours just go so beautifully together. Hi Becky. Oh, thank you for sharing. That's very kind of you. Welcome. Let's do this one. Yeah, this is such a beautiful online offer. Flowers are really gorgeous. Carol says, am I using watercolour paper? I am, Carol, yes. You can get away with putting a certain amount of watercolour onto basic white as long as you don't oversaturate. But once you want to start really adding water, then it doesn't hold so well. Right, what have we got? So you've got a choice. We've got boho blue. That's an option for a flower. Or what is one of the other new in colours? We've got Pretty in Pink or Peach Pie. So we could make this totally in colours actually. So Peach Pie or Pretty in Pink, and then Shy Shamrocks are green. So we could. Paul says peach. I like that. That's the pink. And then let me grab the peach. Again, I'll just make sure my brush is clean. Oh, there's a lot of votes for peach. Here we go. So that's the peach. And just to compare the peach next to, and I know this is watercolour, so it's not really sort of a true comparison, but it's watercolour against watercolour. That is your pumpkin pie. So that's peach pie and that's pumpkin pie. So it gives you an idea of kind of how much darker pumpkin is against the peach. It really gives you a lovely soft orange. Shaz says, I need to learn to love the peach. Grow to love the peach is my least favourite at the moment. I know it's I've been using pumpkin pie a lot more recently. It was probably one of my underused colours. People who join my classes might tell me otherwise, but I don't know that I use it an awful lot, but I've been using it a lot more lately, especially with the blends. They are gluten-free and calorie-free, Hazel, all these pies. We got pecan pie as well. I've got 3 pies. We've got pecan, peach and pumpkin. A whole meal. So we've got our peach. Really, and this is the beauty of the watercolouring, is you can really make it much paler. And add in. Okay, so we then want some green. I'm going to stick, as we've gone in colours, I'm going to stick with the in colour trend that we've gone down, and we will bring my water over here. Use the Shy Shamrock. I really want to just make that quite pale. And maybe I could have gone a different green, but we'll stick with it. I like the Shy Shamrock, but it's maybe a bit vibrant for the leaves. Too late now, I've gone with it. Let's see. It's quite, thing is, it's not, the green is definitely green and that is definitely teal, but it's quite close in colour when it's washed out. So I might just add a little darker to that stem, just because it's so close to that flower there. Yeah, especially when it's washed out, Paul, I think it's you've got sort of a similar, especially on camera as well. Let me, whoop. The other thing you can do as well, you don't have to kind of stick to one shade. You could always bring in, and you could pop over the top like some shaded spruce, for example. So you could bring in some shaded spruce and add some of that green over the top as well. So that would mix in beautifully. Again, shaded spruce, probably one of my underused greens. I'm a granny apple go-to. That's my, if I'm going to pull a green out, it's always granny apple. Although I have been liking lemon lime twist lately. It so depends what papers and things we've got, and other things, seasons, time of year, paper colours in sweets can so heavily influence the colours that we're most drawn to or most using in our projects. There, bit better with the green. Yeah, the Shy Shamrock. Let me do a solid stamp of it. I've got these flowers on my desk, So the Shy Shamrock is that kind of green, so it's a very vibrant green. There. I mean, it looks a bit strange because I've got all these blobs of colours up there. Should we go same green on here? And then we can cut those out. Add that. And we'll make sure that there's a darker green towards the top of the stem as well. In 1 second. Both sets of doors were not quite pulled to from when Joshua was helpfully telling me the Wi-Fi is off, but then there's loud noises with the game playing. Good morning, Liz. How are you? How early is it for you there in Wellington? Where are we at? What time is it with you? An early morning for you. Let's do this last bit of the stem. Maybe I shouldn't have been so ambitious. Maybe I should have just done 1 rather than 2. Hope you're all bearing with me. Got that going there. There we go. I think so. We just need a little something in the middle of those flowers. Thank you, Hazel. It's very sweet of you to welcome Becky. Right, let me grab my lemon lolly. Just because I want a little bit of something in the middle, but nothing that's going to overpower, I think. She says there. Just enough to take the stark white away. So it's just taken the white. This is it's 8:21. I'm supposed to get ready for work from home, but your live is much more interesting. Oh, thank you. Do you start work at 8:30? We're in countdown. Oh. At least you don't have the commute. Right, let me grab the dyes. So I'm gonna heat this just to dry. Oh, I turned my heat gun off. I was being good. There we go. Hazel says something satisfying. No, you're not wrong actually. I always sort of think, oh, I best rush, but actually I would sit and watch something being coloured. It is quite mesmerising. Also, did you notice actually? Yeah, I think they only use that on the image, like on the online image. The lemon lolly's got a black image because mine's white and yellow on there, but I think it's always I think it's on the online stuff so you can see it. Right, let me chop these in half. Autumn, such pretty colours. I always pick up good tips from you. Oh, thanks, Liz. Right, let me grab my mini cut and emboss and let's pull that in. I've got a tower of inks beside me, having been indecisive about my colours. So I'll move them out the way before they avalanche. And remove my cup of tea so I don't knock it over. I don't want that to happen. And bring in cutting machine. So, oh, my camera's just lifted completely out of the holder. Stay. So I use the grey 3 plate, the 2 plate, and then we'll pop this on. And so we want that to go around. Make sure that's round properly. I've just used a small amount of tape. Having coloured it, we don't want to miscut it. That's one. Now we'll have our second. And there we go. So we've got our flowers. So we've got Summer Splash, Peach Pie, which looks quite yellow on camera actually, but it is definitely peachy orange. And then we've got Petunia Pop and then Shy Shamrock on the leaves. I love that Gizmo is watching Hazel. Make a card one day. That cat will be famous. He's already famous in the crafting world. I have got some of the in colour papers and I haven't opened the packet yet actually. So 6x6 24 26 2024 2026 in colours. So these colours that we've been using, and these are the new patterns. So if you haven't seen these already, I haven't had a good look through these yet. There is leaves and stripes. You get 4 of each. There's this pattern here, and then some circles, and then the same patterns as you go through. So you then get Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Virginia Pop, and Summer Splash. So to sort of side by side comparison, one is definitely more green than teal, but they are close in like brightness and tone, I think. So like you've got that kind of bright, they just go well together, the whole kind of colour family, the in colours colour family. I don't always use a heat gun after watercolouring actually, Liz. I sometimes just leave it to dry. when I'm crafting myself. It's only that I'm with you live that I kind of tend to speed it up. So you often see me using a heat gun because I want to rapidly dry that rather than leave it to dry naturally. But what you don't want to do is run it through your cutting plates with it still wet, because then you transfer the ink whilst it will wipe off. You put your second image on and then you transfer that onto something else that you cut. So it doesn't ruin your plate, but you end up then smudging stuff onto other images. So you want to make sure it's dry through, or you can end up kind of getting a bit messy with transferring of ink from thing to thing. Right, let's do, should we have a little stripe of each maybe? So that one, and then the peach. I don't know what to do with these now. Hi, welcome. Right, we have got something. Let's see what to do. Now, we did a Shy Shamrock and a Petunia Pop base last week. If you weren't here for last week, you can catch the replay, but these were the cards last week. So we've got these kind of dark, vibrant backgrounds. We could do a peach pie base, or we could go white with some stripes on. This is the peach, and this is, just for comparison, that is your pumpkin pie. I love that you're following each other's round from live to live. I might go peach pie base, but then maybe like a white front. So maybe just a bit of a compromise. Or we could do a gatefold. Or I did a bit of a Z fold on one of my cards on my classes this morning, so I could pick up that layout. Do that. It saves me trying to think of something. I might do that. I'm going to cut that at 6 and 4, so 6 by 4 inches, and then I'm going to score at 2 and 4. And I've jumped from centimetres to inches because my card base is in centimetres, but that's okay. So we roll. And then we can have a little bit of that down the side. Let's do that. So we'll do I've gone too short. I've gone 14 instead of 14 and a half, which was my error. That's better. And then this is going to sit in here, which is what we did this morning, which is a bit fun. And then we can have this here, but I might snip some of these out to do something a little bit. Maybe we could stack them that way. Let's see. Let's see. We could actually, I wonder if we introduce the purple. Too many colours, too many choices and options going around in my head at the moment. I'm just wondering if I swap that out. I could swap that out for a white piece and then layer it with some of the like petunia or the summer splash to bring in. It might be too many colours all at once. Even put that underneath there. Maybe. I would cut that summer splash one off so that we don't lose it. I quite like that coming out from there. What if you stack them with the bottom one on the top? That would separate the petunia. Yeah, I like that idea, Paul. Could stack them. Like have. Oh, tricky. I think I'm gonna go with this, but I think I like that coming out of there, just a bit different. And that means I can kind of cut that flower out. It's a bit hacked, but it's okay because we're not going to see it. It's going to be hidden. That's going to sit there. And then we can add maybe that back in down here somewhere, or just an extra one like on top, which I like. I think we're only going to be making one card this evening, just to say, because having had the class this morning for 3 hours, and then I've been out to the shops to purchase home bits and bobs to sort out more room things, and I've been putting furniture together, feeling a slightly bit flaky, and I've got work tomorrow. So I'd love to stay and craft with you all evening, but I think by the time we put this one together, it might be a bit of a it's not a basic card, is it? So we'll get this and have it all the bells and whistles on this one. Let's put that down in there, can't we? And then maybe like some extra leaves. What do you think? Like that? Kind of then pulls that in. Let's glue that down. I wanted to bring in some of these colours, but I think you could do it in any one of the colours actually. Be very jazzy with all the 3 colours, wouldn't it? Let's try and stick that on there. And this down. Could add a little bit of DSP to that. It's kind of fun. Let's put that. Put that down in the middle. And I'm going to glue this bit of a balancing act, but we're going to put that there, about there. I mean, it doesn't look the best at the minute, does it? I mean, it looks a bit strange, but we know that it's going to get hidden, so that's okay. So we'll add some glue, pop that over the top. And then I'll wipe it on. Peach pie is a really nice, it's a really nice soft colour actually. I really like it. That's going to be on with some dimensionals, isn't it? Let's grab that. The dimensionals. There. And then we've got this white piece. And Claire says, what twine am I going to use? I know. What twine am I going to use? This is true. We could have, now before I stick that down, I've got a little bit of, we could do similar to what we did with the petunia last week, in so much that we could just cut some of this ribbon apart to give us some twine. So this is the peach pie. So we can, catch you later, Jill. Let's cut that down there. And then we can just give that a pull. Get rid of any loose threads. And then these are like beautiful twine. We could use this piece as well. We could tie that, or we could just pull some more of this thread. So this will pull easily apart. And we just go threads rather than ribbon. There we go. It's got a nice tassels. Tie that into some bow. I'm going to have that in there, under there, or we can have that on the front with a sentiment over. I think on the front actually with the sentiment would be nicer. I'm glad you mentioned twine, Claire. I might have got to the end and not had any. Then what would I have done? Let's tuck those extra leaves. No, I'm going to put them on that side actually. There. Now we just need to choose a sentiment. Now, sentiments in this stamp set, you've got sending flowers and thinking of you, which is nice. Words fail to express my gratitude and thank you so much. Love the font on this. But I think I'm going to go for a more straightforward I do like a happy birthday. We could have. No, actually, no. I'm going to go sending flowers and thinking of you. I'm going to go with the sentiment that is in this because I think it's a really nice thinking of you sentiment. So I'm going to stick with the one that is in the stamp set. Good evening, Zara. A long time no see for lots of you. Oh, I don't know what I've done with that stamp. Goodness me. Right, let's try that again. I think I was cleaning it earlier and it's got knocked on the block. Let's try that again. Much better. Let's get rid of that out of our way. And then, oh yeah, that would look gorgeous, Paul. You could pull the threads and have like a mix of those threads, couldn't you? You could have, especially like the petunia and the summer splash, the mix of them together would be really lovely. And even the summer splash and the shy shamrock, you would get like the darker tone then of the shy shamrock through and have a mix of the threads. That would be lovely. You could just cut this in a straight line, but I wanted to make those pop out. I might even need to cut this apart because I think it's going to be too long for the front of the card, but I'm going to cut it first and then work out what we're going to do with it. So that's going to sit there because I think sending flowers could sit there, and then I'm thinking of you maybe under sending flowers, and then and just tidy that up straight across there. Oh, you're so sweet, Liz. Thank you. Right, let me put some dimensionals on this. And it's always such a surprise to me how my cards are going to turn out as well. Let's put a glue dot on here. I had made this fold. I hadn't just randomly thought. So people are thinking, oh my goodness, she's just whipped that fold up. I had made this card at 10:30. Well, no, it was nearer 1 o'clock actually. 1 o'clock this afternoon as part of my class. A different design, different colours and things like that. But this fold. So I've sort of seen that on my desk and thought, you know what, we'll use that layout again. So I haven't just, I have painted these colours on the spot, but I haven't just randomly thought of this card and the measurements all on the spot. So let's trim these up and give that a little haircut. Carol's looking at me and my technique of my hair cutting. Says never getting near my hair. Right. Let's lop a bit off there. That's fine. Happy with that. Right, and the thinking of you, do we put that on the front or inside? I think inside. Sending flowers. I almost want it hidden because otherwise when you close that you've got the U. I don't think it matters actually. Let's pop that on there. And then we'll find our gems. Now, the gems are not going to be difficult to find because there are beautiful, beautiful adhesive back sequins that come with this Zinnia bundle. And I will find a whole packet of them to show you. Which are these? So you've got Granny Apple Green, I think Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Berry Burst. You can give me a thumbs up. And they are 163484. And you get 200 sequins, some big, some small. You've got the smaller size and then the larger size. I am loving these. Paul says, are they back? Oh, I'm not sure. That's I didn't do my checks before I came on, actually. So we're going to use the orangey pumpkin pie colour. We'll have a couple of sequins inside and then some outside as well. There, I think. There we go. I think we are done, with the exception of maybe an odd splatter. You could grab a dark peach pie and just do a little splatter on the inside. I'm not going to splatter across the flowers there. There you go. And you could then do the same flowers, same colours. I might do that, actually. Do you know what? I will do that. Not tonight. Don't get too excited. But I will do it and I will share, and I'll make the card again in these two. So one with a summer splash base and one with a petunia pop base. So you can see the three colours. But this is great paper to get a little bit of all the colours. The 6x6 is gives you a little bit of designer paper in all the new in colours. So thank you so much. Thank you for bearing with me for those that joined the first round of my live. My Wi-Fi was not playing ball, and therefore it was all a little bit blurry. So let me do that for a minute. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been lots of fun sharing this with you. I will put the codes up for the Zinnias, Simply Zinnias. I keep wanting to call them Zany Zinnias, but Simply Zinnias for you. I hope you have a wonderful week, whatever you're up to, and I will be back next weekend, which is Sunday. Where are we at? Sunday the 21st, and then I will be away on the following week. So you've got one more week of me, and then I will be away for a couple of weeks. So, but I will be sharing lots with you while I am away. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.